Hey guys, Ava here. So, first of all, I know what you guys are thinking. I know what's going through your old mind. Read minds. Ava, why does your hair look absolutely, positively terrible? To be honest, guys, I was planning on having a lazy day and not moving or anything today. And then I was like, I'd rather not be a lazy person and I'll do a video for y'all. So, reason number one, why is my hair terrible? Reason number two, why is your face gross? Because I am going to do a makeup tutorial for you guys, and it's just going to be a very average, kind of more of an everyday makeup look. And I'm going to show you some slight contouring and all that jazz. So, let's go. Oh, on a side note, there may be a lot of cuts in the video because my dad has people over and I have to answer the door. So, let's get moving. So, the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be concealing all of my gross acne and grossness, for lack of better words. So I always either use one of these two products. This is an Estee Lauder cream kind of concealer, and then this is a concealer by Kat Von D, which works wonders. So I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder one just because it has a little bit more and I don't want to waste my good stuff right now. So you just get a little bit of the product and just apply it on all your little imperfections. Once you've done that, then the next thing I normally use is I'm just going to use this. I have this palette that has, I got it for Christmas, so obviously I don't know where I got it, but it has a highlighter, a contour color, and a bunch of color correcting colors, some bronzers, some blushes, and some powder highlighters. I typically don't use powder when I do contour, and I typically like to use liquid or a stick. So I'm running out of my concealer not my concealer, brain fart, my highlighter from this thing, so I'm going to be using a typical highlighter stick that you can use that works basically just as well. So for me, because I have an oval shaped face, I'm going to be trying to make this part of my face wider and this part of my face shorter because I have a relatively large forehead, which is not attractive or seen as attractive. So I am just going to highlight right below where you'd normally contour, which would be right here. I'm just going to highlight right on the outside of my jawbone. Right. The top where my cheekbones are. And then I'm going to make a triangle starting from kind of the inside corner of my eye, going down to this crease part of my nose. And I am bringing it out this way, connecting and fill in. I'm sorry if I don't make direct eye contact with the camera. I'm looking at myself in the computer, so I see what I'm doing. And then I'm also going to highlight on my chin, the inner part of my mouth right here, outlining the Cupid's bow of my mouth. Going just very little, because I want to make this part shorter. I'm highlighting just kind of out this way. I am highlighting the outside of where my eyebrows are, down the nose, and right on the corner outside part of my nose, because a lot of us get this discoloration around the outside of your nose. That's just natural. And afterwards, you are going to grab your contour color, which is a color slightly, maybe a shade or so darker than your actual skin tone. And I normally use just this really small kind of brush to use this because it's a cream. So I will apply this right on the upper part of my forehead to make it look a little smaller. And if you have, let's say, more of a boxy face, you will highlight on the corners of your face forehead area. And if you have a smaller forehead and you want it to look a little bit bigger, you might want, or not even bigger, if you want it to stay the same and have a slight contour, you will just put a thin line around the outside of your forehead. Then, of course, what everyone does is they highlight right below the cheekbone. Right below the cheekbone. It's our war paint. Right below the cheekbone. I highlight right under on here to give myself a little bit more structured jawline. A little bit right here to yet again make my face look a little bit shorter, less oval-like. And then I prefer to highlight my nose just a little bit on the inside parts of my nose to make it look a little thinner. And right here, because I have a slightly rounded nose, and this just gives your nose a little bit more of a defined look. After that, I will blend all of this into my skin. Almost forgot, one of my favorite parts is I prefer to highlight right on the arch of my eyebrow to give my eyebrows that defined look that is being increasingly popular these past few days. Now that everything's all blended in nicely, one thing I want to touch on is when you are blending in your highlight and your contour, you want to be using a synthetic brush, because if you use a real animal hair brush, it's just going to absorb all your contour and not, like, it's just going to take off all the makeup. And when you are blending everything in, you're going to want to blend in all of your highlight first, and then do your contour in circular motions. So that way it just doesn't look neutral. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of my favorite, it's a great brain fart. It's a great bronzer called Summer Eclipse. It's by Summer Eclipse. It's Radiant Bronzer. And it's a great color for people of my skin tone, and if you get really tan in the summer, it can be a good transitioning color to kind of a cooler, more of a wintry tone because it is winter at the moment. And I'm going to use this kind of a slightly fluffy but tapered brush, and I'm going to put a light bronzer kind of all over because I like that kind of sun-kissed glow on my face, along with the fact that I think it just really, because a lot of especially I have a combination skin, so if you kind of have oily, more of a combination skin, I would really want to put some kind of powder over your concealer and your contour because it often, if you are using a cream contour, can make your face look a little oily. So now that I put just a very light overall bronzer, then I'm going to grab this nice kind of pinky blush tone. It's a very kind of just traditional pink color. And I'm going to grab this fluffy brush that was off screen. And normally I use a smaller fluffy brush. But for my laziness to look for that brush, I'm going to be using this very large fluffy brush and just kind of getting some on the brush and applying it to the smile, to the apples of my cheeks. And it just kind of gives you that kind of cute kind of blush to your face, and it makes your cheeks look a little more smiley. Then, up until this point, I had realized I did not blend in the upper part of my lip, so I will be right back to do that. Now that I have done that and totally didn't make a fool of myself, after that, then I normally will start on my eyes, or more specifically my eyebrows, which are one of my favorite features on my face. I feel like they close in your eye very well. So I am grabbing this dark color of eyebrow because I have dark hair and dark eyebrows, and I am grabbing an eyebrow brush, and it has a very slanted kind of hard end. It's not very poofy or comfortable, so it's strictly mostly for eyebrows, and I'm just going to fill them in, kind of matching my natural eyebrow shape, making sure there is that peak and kind of filling it in. And I normally very much so like filling in my eyebrows. I used to not do it. I used to think it was silly because my eyebrows were very thick, very dark. But I feel like they make your eyebrows look better, less ashy, more like they're there. Especially with the trend that's been happening with the perfect eyebrows on fleek, girl. I don't know what that was. But I like how it looks. Then I normally, with a clean one of these small brushes, or with just my finger, which I'll probably just use because I'd rather not have to clean the whole brush again right now. I'm going to get this very neutral base tone, and I'm going to apply it to my eyelid and upper eyebrow bone area to prep for the eyeshadow that I will be using. Number one thing is put on your eyeshadow first, because if you put it on after any of the other eye products, then it will make all those eye products look dusty. And no one wants a dusty looking eye. That's weird. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I have this this video is full of brain farts today, isn't it? Eyeshadow kit from Ulta, which was kind of where I got all of this kind of box-like makeup from. Or, well, I got it from because it says Ulta on the top of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get this light white color here. You can either use this light white color or this more neutral light color. I prefer the light white color because I think it's a more prominent looking color. And I'm going to apply this on right below my eyebrow. To the corners of my eyelid. Along with right kind of in beneath my eyelid. I feel like putting it on the corners opens up your eye, and putting it beneath your eyebrows make your eyebrows look more structured and in line. The next color I'm going to be using is I'm going to be grabbing one of these neutral kind of brown colors. And this is going to be one of the second darkest shades that you use, second to third, depending on how dark you want your eyes, because I'm going to be doing a neutral smoky eye. But if you want it to be, it's a very versatile look. If you want it to be more elegant, more going out style, you can apply another step, which I will say when I get there. So I'm just going to apply this to my lid, all just on my lid. And then I'm going to grab the second, well, technically this is going to be a transition color. It's this kind of in between your next brown and this brown that we used just now. So I'm going to grab a fluffy blending brush. This blending brush has a weighted part so you hold the brush right, but I always hold my brushes really close. And I love this blending brush. It's amazing when blending colors and doing this look. So I'm just going to apply this to my crease area, just prepping it for our darker colors. Then I am going to go back to the other brush I was using, which is a typical eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to grab this deep, dark kind of browny color, and I'm going to apply this extending from the bottom lash line as you would do like a cat eye, extending from there, doing this little inner V portion and sweeping it across your crease. Sweeping it across. And depending on how smoky and dark you want this look, you can apply more or less of this brown color, or you can blend it more or less. Then I'm going to grab this blending brush and blend these two colors together so that it just transitions well. Then after that, now let's say you want to like be going out, or you want to go and look fancy or edgy or whatever look you want. If you want it to be a little bit darker, then you can always apply a black over where you had done the dark brown. And I'm going to demonstrate this to you. You don't want to use a lot. Use less than what you think you're going to use because you can always just add more. So you want to apply just a little bit on the outside portion of where you did your bound. Apply it to the outside and you are going to blend it. Blend it, blend it, blend it. Because blending is the key to the world. That's all we need to do is blend for life to work. I don't know what's going through my mind at the moment. I'm insane. Don't mind me, I'm crazy. And that is your eyeshadow look. And you can always blend more, use lighter colors if you want a more natural look. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a Q-tip. And I never like to have my shadow extend more than where my eyebrow ends. I feel like it's a better clean looking cut, so you just would like to put a little bit of makeup remover. A good eye makeup remover is using this one. This is a Neutrogena oil-free eye makeup removers for those with combination to oily skin. I'm just going to go and clean up the edges a little bit to give it more of a sharp look. I do have to warn you, this eye makeup remover does have an interesting feeling when it is on your face. Kind of feels oily but isn't. But it takes off eye makeup very well. Then the next thing I am going to do is clean up my station because it is a mess and irritating me. The next thing I'm going to be doing is my eyeliner. Now, this eyeliner might not look too well because I'm trying to look at myself through this setup, and that is not the easiest thing to do when putting on eyeliner. Now, I really have been liking this, just using a paintbrush, a thin paintbrush, to get a great line because using tiny little makeup brushes don't fit in my hand right. I don't know, I'm weird, but I like this. This makes my eyeliner look nice. And I normally like going for a thicker eyeliner because my eye shape is kind of small and almondy. So I like how it looks just on my face. And I'm going to be doing a cat eye because cat eye, why not? I'm using this MAC Cake Foundation. I need a brain fart counter somewhere just for today because all over the place my mind isn't working. So I'm going to be using this MAC black color. It's cake eyeliner, and I love cake eyeliners because they stay on just as good as a liquid does. This is waterproof, so it's as good as a waterproof liquid eyeliner. And with liquid eyeliners, I feel like I have less control over where the eyeliner goes, and you have to sit there and not let anything touch your eyes. This, it stays on a little bit better, it's waterproof, and you can just use a little eyeliner brush, even a paint brush. And it's very compact, and this will last you for who knows how long if you treat it well. So I'm going to do what most people say not to do just for the inside of my eye. And I'm going to do a thin line right there. I warn you, this will not be the best that I do makeup. So now I've fixed my mistake. I'm going to do slowly, number 500. That. I'm going to slowly make this line thicker as my eye goes along. I typically use short strokes when I do this because why not? And then after a certain point, I just stop holding my eye. It's an off and on progress. Love-hate relationship, everything. And that's pretty dang good for not using a mirror. I'm using this. And then I'm going to go from the corner lower part of my eye and just kind of winging it out. And I'm going to do the same thing to my other eye to spare you the time. And there is your cat eye. And then I'm going to apply, I have a 2-in-1 stick with a concealer that I don't normally use for anything. I would use it as a highlighter. And then it has this simple, very basic mascara that is by Estee Lauder and is called Sumptuous. And I'm just going to apply that to my top and bottom lashes. Make sure you make the O face. O face. Yet again, O face. That's my new thing now. O face. Can you vote in the comments that I am a child? Just like everyone who thinks I'm a child say, she's a child, or yeah. If you think I'm somehow an adult, then be like, what the fudge, mate? Oh, thanks. Oh, Animu. So Animu. Senpai noticed me. I watch too much anime on a daily basis. Then after you've done that, then lastly I will do a lip color, and I am just kind of doing a kind of darker lip shade because you can do almost any lip shade with this look, as long as it's not too light. This look blah. This look works with almost any lip shade, depending on how edgy or how cool you look. This is kind of more of a natural kind of a, hey, look at my lips color. This is a lip stain by Estee Lauder. They don't make it anymore. But any lip stain will do. If you happen to do have one of these lip stains by Estee Lauder, then high five, mate. Good for you. These are great and amazing and stay for who knows how long. You can ask my boyfriend. Um, so, and what you have to do is you apply with most lip stains, you apply it to your lips. Yes, mine is broken. Don't question it. To your lips, and you have to let it sit. Just let it sit there until it dries and says, "You are amazing." Now that the lip stain has dried, and you can tell there's no lip color on my hand, you can then apply a gloss, which I would recommend because this formula and a lot of other formulas do often leave your lips with this very dry feeling. And there you have it. It's a very natural look that you can do. And I'm going to show you the look in a couple other different lightings real quickly, just so you can see kind of the colors in different lightings and all that jazz. I need to stop. This is in a more yellowy lighting. You can kind of see the makeup and colors I use a little bit better, I believe. Tell me what you think. And this is in my normal lighting that I normally film in. God, I need a new light. Tell me down below, should I get a new light to make everything look better? Tell me. Oh, ooh, sudden lighting change. God, are you here? I don't know. Anyways, tell me what if you guys would like to see more of this or what you guys want to see. That would be great and will help me upload more. Anyways, see you guys later and goodbye.